Welcome to another episode of How to DragonCon. My name is Kong. I will be your guide. Today we're going to go over some last minute reminders, tips, advice for DragonCon 2022. Currently, we are just days away from this year's convention. You can see that I've made several other videos leading up to this point. I've tried to curate them towards topics and information that I think would be the most vital for someone who's either a newbie or coming back to the con after missing some time away. If you've already seen them, I greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, I would suggest you at least glance over some of the topics and what they may be covering, because I won't be able to hit a lot of them, but I may be addressing some of them in this video today. Let's start with, when is DragonCon? So this year in 2022, it will officially start on Thursday, September the 1st. Now, people crazy like myself, we get there the Wednesday before. I know some people who get there the Tuesday before. But in terms of official events, programming, and the first day that you can get your badge, that will be Thursday, September the 1st. And the event will run until Monday, September the 5th, which is Labor Day. So around 5 p.m., the con will be over on Monday and your weekend will be behind you. One of the best things you can do right now, since you still have a few more days, is to go ahead and download the app. It may not be perfect, but it has a lot of information, and I'm actually still working through it myself, going through the schedule. Just by glancing at the first few days, I've already got so many schedule conflicts of things that I want to see and do. So again, it can be very overwhelming. The sooner you get it downloaded and start playing around with it and learning from it, the better off you will be. If for some reason you don't have a smartphone, I will put a link below to a web version of it. I don't think you'll be able to save it or sync it up with your phone by any means, but it's just another format if you prefer to look at it on a bigger screen. As for badge pickup, that will be at the Sheraton Hotel. So if you are getting there for the first time, you might want to put in the Sheraton in your GPS to go get there first. Badge pickup and registration will start at 10 a.m. on Thursday. And I say badge pickup because DragonCon will not be selling them on site. It is only to pick up something you've ordered in advance. So whether that's in advance of months ahead of time or simply 5 minutes before you walk up to the hotel, you still have to buy online ahead of time, make the payment, and then go pick up your badge by showing them either the receipt or the QR code that you got from your transaction. When I last looked a few days ago, both single day passes and the full weekend were still available. They have not capped it at this time. Once you have your badge in hand, the first thing that I would recommend is make sure that you secure it somehow. I've used safety pins myself to reinforce it. You can use zip ties. Of course, a lanyard holder that's very secure would be an excellent idea as well. I know some cosplayers don't like to wear lanyards because it does interfere with the look of their costume, and I understand that. But just as a word of warning, if you lose your badge and an honorable person does not turn it in to the lost and found, you are not going to get a replacement for free. You will have to go back to registration, buy the badge in advance, and go pick up and pay for another one. Of course, the worst thing that could happen is losing your badge after hours, and registration closes at either 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. depending on the day. And if you lose your badge and there's no way to pick up another one, then you are going to be locked out of the con, because they will check for badges at different entry points into the hotels, the buildings, as well as the individual panel rooms again. So the days of being able to roam around for free have been over for quite a while. And if you don't have a badge, you're not going to be able to get in. Let's talk about photo ops. At this time, both the entire DragonCon schedule as well as the Epic photo op schedule has been released. Keep in mind, these are subject to change on a daily basis as we get closer to the con, but I've put a link below to Epic photo ops so you can find out both the price and the tentative schedule of when your favorite celebrity is going to be having their photo ops. Just as a reminder, you can certainly go look to my video about celebrity encounters for a more deep dive, but this is just for photo ops. Very quick assembly line process where you might have about 5 seconds to snap your picture and move along. This is not the Walk of Fame where you have a lot more time to talk to them, get their autograph, maybe get a table selfie. Totally different thing. This is just for photo ops. MARTA. So if you are taking MARTA into the con area, either from traveling afar or as a local who lives on the outskirts of town, the station you want to get off at is Peachtree Center, which is N1 on the north and south line. Depending on which exit you take out of the station, you'll either come up on the streets that are just a block or two away from the Hyatt, or you will come out directly into the Peachtree Center food court. From the food court, you are just a tunnel away from the Hyatt or the Marriott, so it's very convenient. A word about bringing cash. Although a lot of vendors and artists have started taking credit cards, there are still plenty of instances where you will need cash on hand. Some examples include the celebrity tables in the Walk of Fame, as well as pop-up bars and food vendors. And unfortunately, there is a limited number of ATMs within the con vicinity. And because it is a holiday weekend, those ATMs can and will run out of money. So whatever your personal budget may be, please be sure to bring some cash on hand. The 6-2-1 rule. I can't believe I'm really going over this because to me it seems like common advice, but the minute you start thinking that, there's always going to be someone who's either not aware or just have never heard of it before. So 6-2-1 means any given day you should be sleeping at least 6 hours, eating 2 solid meals, and taking 1 shower. I think the first 2 parts are pretty self-explanatory, but please, for the love of God and your fellow attendees, please take that minimum 1 shower a day because it is always hot and humid over Labor Day weekend in Atlanta, and sometimes you are right up in someone's personal space with barely an inch or two separating the two of you, while there's hundreds of other people surrounding you. So for our sake, for my sake, for your sake, please shower, bathe, use deodorant. We all thank you in advance for it. Along the same lines, please remember that DragonCon is a marathon and not a sprint. For most of us, it is a long weekend. For some of us, it's almost a week long. You cannot go hard that entire time without burning out or just completely getting wrecked. So please keep that in mind early on. Don't go too hard on the partying to where you're gonna have a terrible hangover the next day and lose precious con hours just trying to feel better. And doesn't matter how old you are, you should definitely take frequent breaks, frequent rest stops. If you're fortunate enough to have a host hotel, be sure to go up there at least once or twice a day just to rest your feet for a bit. If you need to take a second shower and change into some fresh clothes, more comfortable clothes from your costume, it will definitely give you a new sense of life to take on the rest of the day. Something to help you in that journey is the con suite. Even for people who've been going a very long time, some people are not even aware that the con suite exists, or some people think it's fake and an urban legend because they've never been able to find it. So what is it? The con suite is a free service. It's 2 small little rooms where the volunteers have offered you free food and free drinks. Okay, the drinks are pretty much available the whole time, 24 hours. The food, it's going to depend on what they're able to make at any given hour. But if you're a con attendee with a badge, it is free, so definitely take advantage of it. Now, the most important thing, where is it? It is in the Hyatt Hotel. It is not in the main lobby or the basement levels where a lot of the events take place. It's actually on the 2nd story. So what you want to look for is a little corner coffee shop, and right above it is where the con suite is. So in order to get there, once you find that coffee shop, walk behind it. There should be a flight of stairs. Just go up one story, and when you come out, you will probably either smell it, see the signs, or maybe see some people just kind of taking a seat on the carpet there, enjoying their free snacks. So I hope you're able to find it, and more so, I hope they're serving peanut butter and jelly sandwiches when you go there. As for what to do in terms of tackling the schedule, because there is just so much going on, what I've always recommended is highlight one must-see event each day and build your schedule around that. For everything else, be sure to have a backup plan. There's certainly no shortage of fun events and panels and things to do in any given hour, but just be flexible with those as long as you see your one important thing, because inevitably you will miss events, things will come up. You just might not be able to make it, or your friends want to meet up with you at the last minute. So anticipate that you cannot see everything that you want to, and also anticipate that there may be some things you wish you had gone to, but you find out after the fact about it. So it's just what's going to happen. Accept it, but please still try to enjoy yourself. The last thing I want to say, of course, is about enjoying yourself, right? You've been waiting a whole year or months or whatever it is for you to look forward to this event in hopes that you're going to have a great weekend. I can tell you for several years that I've gone, I've had one of the best weekends of every year at DragonCon. And I think the key to that is just being open to what the con gives you. I expect that I'll always have a good time, but I don't always know what it's going to be from. I just know that it's there, and I have to keep my eyes open, my ears open. It's just knowing that there's so many good vibes going on around you. So many people from all over have come to this event with their hopes and dreams and the work that they've done that they want to show off. So if you can just tap into some of that energy, if you can maybe make a small connection with someone over the same love that you both have for that same very fandom, I think you'll come out of it having had some great memories, and then even more anticipation to return to DragonCon in the following year. For those of you who've watched these videos, even if this is the only video you watch, I really appreciate the time that you spent. Any comments, any likes, anything that you've shared. It really means a lot, because DragonCon is one of the biggest and funnest aspects of my life. And I hope that with the videos I've made, I've been able to share some of that with you and help you have a better time as well. I do plan on working to learn more skills as the years go on and make these videos a little bit more useful, entertaining, whatever that may be. So I hope you'll continue to come back and watch them, and we can all grow together with that. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, things you're looking forward to, tips or advice of your own, please feel free to share them. If you run into me at the con or somehow recognize me, don't hesitate to say hey. It will probably make my day just to hear that. Otherwise, I will see you guys there. I hope you have a wonderful DragonCon 2022. And yeah, have a good one.